Hey guys, Coach Chad here. Just updating you guys on your weekly programming. So I'll try and do this quickly. Your group class work this week is all going to be strength-based with anaerobic alactic capacity work. You might be getting a little bit into the lactate systems with some of it, just based on the fact that we're going to be cycling some lightweight barbells pretty quickly. Don't worry about that. That'll all be good, but it's good technique practice for you guys to play with. Then on Remembrance Day, you guys have a workout that Justin was programming for quite some time and prepping you guys for, which was SHIP. So you're going to do that on November's Day, so that's Thursday. All of your strength stuff is starting to bump up into doubles. So you've gone from quads down into doubles now. So we're entering into our third and final cycle of this variation of workouts before we cycle into EDT work after this. So again, when you're doing all of your group class work, keep the intensity as high as possible with regard to those short duration workouts. The effort has to be maximal, and this is very, very important to understand. You're not pacing, you're not trying to do anything with regard to accumulating as many reps as possible. That's not how this works. This is all about max effort, okay? When you get into energy system training, there is a difference between max effort training and submaximal effort training. The anaerobic alactic stuff is maximal, so you gotta go, okay? And that's how you're gonna get capacity within that system, which will build your ability to tolerate and actually also build your PC stores, which is gonna be really, really important for you guys long term. And when CrossFit, when you get into cycling barbells and you get into being able to do multiple repetitions of a heavy load, okay? That is the energy system that does that. So that's what we're working on. Now, outside of that, all of your pre and post work, you guys can look through the week on Sugar WOD, and you can put this essentially wherever you want. It doesn't really matter what day you put it on. You have 2 mixed modal cardiac output sessions and 2 steady state ones. They're a little bit different this week. The one steady state is what you were doing before, 5 minutes on, a bunch of different variations, and just keep pushing the volume on minutes, so keep getting as long as you can in those sessions. The longer, the better, okay? Then on Friday's session, you have a 30, 20, 10. So in order to do this one, it's a very low intensity exercise, like literally just moving. I'll think of it like walk, jog, run, okay? And the 20 seconds is a moderate intensity session, and the 10 seconds is a sprint. So you're just gonna keep going 30, 20, 10 for 6 minutes, then you're gonna take a little break, and you're gonna change your implement if you wish, or stay in the same one and cycle through that as many times as you can. I think I had 3 to 6, so 18 to 36 minutes of doing that. Now, again, I wanna reiterate, guys, when you're doing the steady state, meaning you're staying on just cyclical exercises, air bike, skier, rower, those are important to get the volume in without trashing your body. These are very, very important, okay? So these are the boring ones to do, I understand that, but they're important from a stimulus perspective. This is how we get volume in the training without beating the piss out of you guys in with all the movements, okay? Now, the other 2 steady state cardio, or sorry, the other 2 cardiac output training sessions you have are mixed modal. Now, when you see them, they're gonna look different, but that's the Monday, Tuesday ones. So there's a whole bunch of AMRAP strict gymnastics work in it as well, which you guys are working on developing a base of your gymnastics work. Now, I've kept the repetitions really low on the gymnastics work because it's supposed to be strength-based and relative strength-based. And so what you do is you actually add load, or you make sure to scale the movement to those repetitions. So it's not just body weight all the time. It might be actually be a loaded exercise. But the whole idea in this phase is that you're working on strength of that low energy system, or the low time domain energy system, but high intensity, okay? And then what I want you to do when you're doing those AMRAPs is just keep moving. You got to keep moving, okay? They have to be done unbroken, repeatable reps. They're similar to EDT or brick method, but you need to keep moving, but just at a nice steady pace. Think of just keeping your heart rate elevated the entire time while you're doing it. That's the stimulus. So it doesn't really matter if you're doing steady state or mixed modal, the energy system is still going to be tapped in the exact same manner, but we get to train different things. The problem is if we were to do the amount of volume, so 30 to 40 minutes, maybe even 60 minutes of work with mixed modal every day, it just takes too much of a toll on the body. You end up with much more of a tendinous and muscular load than necessarily just a systemic cardio load. I don't know if that makes sense, but that might take me a little while to explain, which I don't have time for right now. And then the weekend we have our sport training session. We are going to be working on some snatch variations again, so we're going to be digging a little bit deeper into the snatch stuff. We're going to be going over some more rowing technique and breathing and bracing, which is going to be incredibly important, because this is the one thing that is going to impact your guys' performances in the biggest way possible, is understanding breathing and bracing. Most people think they understand it until they actually get in it and have a discussion around it, so we're going to talk about that. And then you guys are going to do a workout from a couple of years ago at the Rogue Invitational, so that was just recently, so we're going to do a workout there. There's going to be a lot of modifications on it, so I didn't write the details into the notes just because that'll be more of a coached session, which you have a lot of unique positions, more strict handstand push-ups, D-ball squat cleans, step overs with a D-ball. It's kind of a challenging workout, but it's gonna be a fun one. Be a good team workout to do. Okay, all right, so that's your week of training. If you have questions, make sure to add them in here or just email me, man, and we'll go from there. These videos are always long, but I got lots to talk about, man, so sorry. Okay, see ya. Bye-bye. Have a good week.